Going to go over a financial guide 101 for expats that have recently moved abroad. Now, in this I'm going for kind of expats that may be saving kind of $1,000, $2,000 a month, particularly teachers that may have just moved into a new location and maybe looking to kind of add to a pension because they may have gone to a place like the Middle East where they may not be getting or saving what they are. Now, I'm going to go on what some of the options and what to particularly avoid. Now, first I'll go on what to mainly avoid for most people is the savings plans. Now, these are normally sold by quote-unquote advisors that would tell you that it's important to save. They tell you all the benefits of the plan and these great loyalty bonuses, etc. But usually you can tell these characteristics by they have lock-in periods of 12 to 18 months. If you look over the funds, the fees, they round up to around 3 to 4% if you break it down, and they're quite complex to understand. Stay away from those. I'm not going to name any names, but you can look them up and just have a look online on some of the reviews on some of the big kind of companies that do sell these. The reason these are mainly pitched by a lot of salespeople, advisors, is that they get the kind of first 12 months commission up front, or even more, so 4 or 5% commission of the whole term. So for example, if you're doing $1,000 over 20 years, they may get $12,000 up front. So as you can see, that's a lot of money. So they're obviously incentivized to sell this, and it's not necessarily in your best interest. Just as a disclaimer that we get a lot of emails kind of daily from a lot of people that have been into these plans. They're 5-10 years into the plans and they found out that the market's up 10%, but my returns have been stagnant, if not negative. Why is this? And then you have to explain that it's because of the charges, or they've lost their advisor, etc. They signed them up on these plans and then never kind of spoke to them again. It's very common, unfortunately. So here's what you should look for instead, is just DIY platforms. So you've got a few of the main ones. Saxo Banks is a good one. We've gone through a whole review on this on the articles. It costs 0.12%. Just go into something very simple as well in terms of funds. ETFs, Vanguard, S&P tracker. And if you want to make it a bit kind of more adventurous, go into 20% emerging markets. Very simple, and just dollar cost average it. Other accounts are Swiss Quote, another kind of cheaper one, and in certain locations IBKR. Again, that's usually one of the cheaper ones. It does vary if you can get IBKR depending on location. Again, the funds where it's domiciled, etc., can be a bit complicated on the kind of tax. But if you're just looking for pure platforms, just look at those. Keep it simple. Go into an ETF like Vanguard S&P 500, 80%, or even a Vanguard Life strategy, 180, etc., and just dollar cost average it every month. It's very simple. You don't need a lot of these savings plans. They're completely worthless in 99.99% of cases, and they're just sold for commission. So if we're to unwind it, just look at opening an account, going to a simple ETF, and just make sure you dollar cost averaging in that. Hope you found it useful. We have got a load of articles on the website at info@investmentforexpats.com. We've got over 500 blogs that kind of go over the basics of financial planning for expats.